people. God made us united in our diversity. We have one history. We have one destiny. We are Nigerians. Let's rise and
It's another lovely day on One Nation, where we bring in experts to discuss and find recommendations to every issue being raised. Brought to you by the Nigerian Television Authority, Sokoto. I am Hajara Bakar. On this week's edition of One Nation, we are going to discuss on fire outbreak. We know that we are approaching the Harmattan season, where there is no single day that will pass we will not hear of an incident of fire outbreak. With me to discuss on fire outbreak in the state, I have on my left Malam Nuhu Lawal, who is a fire prevention officer, Sokoto State. And on my right, I have Malam Ismail Muhammad Suru, who is also a fire prevention officer from the Federal Fire Service. You're all welcome to One Nation.
Thank you.
Alright. Let me start with you. What is fire outbreak?
Fire outbreak is the happiness of occurrences of fires at different locations. Then fire itself, we have to know what fire is before knowing the outbreaks of these disasters. Well, to a layman, when we talk of fire, to a layman, he will tell you that fire means fire. Honestly, it is true. But scientifically, fire is a rapid combination of two or more substances, resulting into the production of heat and light, and sometimes you notice smoke. Therefore, happenings of these disasters, that is a fire outbreak in one place or another place. That is just what fire outbreak means.
All right, Madam Ismail, let's know what he just told us what fire is, because somebody will say, what is this fire? Is it just the fire we ignite to cook or something? So he has made us understand what it is. What are the causes of fire outbreak?
As we all know, when we say the causes of fire, there are a lot of causes of fire. One, we have the accidental cause. Two, we have the negligence. Three, we have the arson. Four, we have the natural cause. These are the combination of causes of fires we have. But as Sokoto, as the case of study, most of the fires we experience in Sokoto are as a result of negligence, human negligence. These are the more causes. These are the cause of fire we have experiencing in Sokoto particularly.
Right, Madam Nuhu, he made us understand that most of the fire incidents are caused by negligence. How prepared is your organization towards preventing this incidents of fire outbreak? Since we know some people is negligence, but you know, as your organization have to be prepared to face this.
Yeah, of course. Anyway, the ABC of safety is always be conscious. In fact, people mostly attribute this, they solely blame these causes on PHCN, this power surge and what have you. As Mr. Sura has rightly said, the major cause of this fire is, these fires is as a result of negligence and carelessness. Now, for people to prevent themselves, they say prepare and prevent instead of repair and repent. Therefore, the 21st century approach and solution to fire safety management is prevention. We focus on prevention. The department is prepared. Anyway, we have the equipment on the ground ready for this Hamatan that is considered more prone to fire outbreaks, especially this Ember month.
Malam, no, you just made us understand that most people blame fire outbreaks on electricity.
Yes.
Okay, so how can you describe the attitude of people in handling electrical appliances? Since we know that most outbreak, you say, it's the light is so, the current was so high, that was why too. How can you describe the attitude of people?
Honestly, the way people are handling electrical appliances, particularly in Sokoto, is terrible. What I mean by terrible is that you may see somebody is just working with electrical iron or heater or electrical cooker. As power holding company just take up the light. Some people neglect either neglect or forget to switch off the source of that socket, of that equipment they are using. They should forget to switch off the socket directly. They will leave the iron there, the socket is on, or the heater is there, the socket is on, or electrical cooker is there and the socket is on. They will just go. When power is coming back again, they will not notice you that the power is coming. It may be in the night, it may be in the day hours, or whatever. So people forget to switch off or to handle their electrical appliances very well. So if you look at it, power will just come, like fire itself, it will not notice you when it is coming or it is coming, when it is coming. So as a result of that, people should always switch up their electrical appliances immediately if they finish or if they take up lights. Before lights come back, you're supposed to make sure that you switch it up and plug up. You remove the socket and keep it down.
In cases when, sometimes when electricity comes, it comes in high voltage. Don't you think, as you said, people blame? I also want to know, is that their fault? Or, sometimes the voltage just comes very high and you see things just start blowing. And from there, we have outbreak. What can you say about that?
Yeah. As Uru has rightly said, the best extinguishing media of electrical fire is to switch off the current flowing from that particular cable. That is the best extinguishing media. Switch off the the power itself. Switch it off. That is the best extinguishing media. Now, when there is power surge, we know PHCN these days, NEPA, they take away light, they bring back light without you noticing. They will never tell you when they are bringing back this light. This reminds me to an episode some 13 years back, somewhere in the metropolis. Somebody is working at Birni Kebi. He forgot, as Sura has said, he forgot to switch off, to entirely switch off the electrical items like bulbs, this refrigerator and what have you. He has forgotten. And he even went ahead to plug heater. He wanted to heat some water. He has forgotten. NEPA, they take away their light. He has forgotten that the heater is on. He closed the house. Nobody in the house. He doesn't have wife inside, nobody. Therefore, he traveled. After some time, he was told that his house got burnt. He was wondering what caused the fire. So when he was asked, when he came back, what really caused the fire, he said it's an act of God. But we knew the cause of the fire. Therefore, on going out of the premises, please don't forget to switch off all electrical appliances. People are tend of leaving refrigerator on, and other appliances. Therefore, in fact, I said almost 99% of these fire outbreaks are as a result of this carelessness and negligence on the part of the public. They tend to forget to switch off all these electrical items on leaving the house, and they are after buying or purchasing substandard electrical materials. It will not help matters.
All right, let me come to you, Madam Ismail. What precautionary measures should people take in order to avoid fire outbreak?
When we say precautionary measures to avoid fire outbreaks are many. One, people should always switch off their electrical appliances while living out or while not in use. Two, we should make sure that before you add fuel to your generator, you switch it off and give it some minutes to cool. We have the habit of smoking on bed. One should not smoke while he's on bed. Traditionally, in a Hausa society like Sokoto, what we think is that whenever we are on our bed, it's like the whole activities of the day has been closed. So you are there to rest. So how can you imagine somebody while on bed smoking? But then you can fall asleep. As you fall asleep, before the stick finish, it can drop on your mattress, it can drop on your bed, it can drop on your carpet, it can drop on your bed, on your leather. So you don't know where the cigarette bulb will drop. So that can cause a lot of havoc in the society. And if you look at the way we are behaving, we will let our children playing with any ignition source. Ignition source in the sense that we let our children to play with matches, we let our children to play with electrical equipment, iron, heater, whatever, which was not supposed to be done. All these things are things that create serious disasters. If you look at the way we are even burning our refuse, it will not done the way we are doing it. Somebody may decide just to light off the refuse without providing any means of extinguishing, because you may light it here and you don't know where it will reach. So that can cause serious problem to the society. So these are and so many. These are not only the precautions we should take, there are many, but at least we should know the basic things we are doing. What we are doing in our houses, we should know how it's supposed to be done. If you look at the way we are using our gas cylinders today, somebody may just buy a gas cylinder to his wife without educating her how this gas cylinder will be used. Some are using electrical cookers. They are not educating their wives on what you are supposed to do. So gas cylinders, honestly, they create a lot of havoc. A lot of havoc, because people forget on how they are supposed to use it, and when they smell the odor, what they can do. Mostly people doesn't know, if you smell the odor of the gas inside your kitchen, you are not supposed to light it on immediately. You allow oxygen to come in, you open all the openings there. You allow the oxygen to come in so that you will light it off and you light it on and continue what you are doing.
It's now time for a short break.
Watch NTA Sokoto News live at 7 p.m. via your cell phones and PCs. It's easy. Launch a search on YouTube for NTA Sokoto live stream to have instant access to our news and programs. Subscribe on the channel to have regular update as we stream live. NTA Sokoto, accessible anywhere, anytime.
You're welcome back. Do not forget we are on One Nation discussing on a very important topic, fire outbreak. Since we know we are approaching Harmattan, we have to take precautionary measures, as Malam Ismail just mentioned to us. If you're just joining us, we are on One Nation discussing it. Alright, you just made us understand, Malam Ismail. I've learned a lot too. For how long will you allow the smell of the gas to escape before you light your cylinder?
Well, It depends on the amount of gas that escape. When you open the opening, you allow oxygen to come in. As you walk out, when you are coming in, you didn't smell the odor again. That means this place is ready for you to start on your whatever you want to do. But as far as you come back, after all the openings are there, you come back inside and you still smell the odor of the gas, which means it requires time again for you to start your business.
Thank you. Let's know that most people believe that during Harmattan we have more fire outbreak. Why is it more pronounced in Harmattan season?
The bitter truth is that this is the season of fire outbreaks. And when we talk of fire, we are talking about some things very, very vital for the survival of fire itself. That is, these elements are fuel, like oxygen, like heat. Well, these elements, they have to be in their right proportion. That is why fires are more rampant in this season, because the combustible materials are very dried. Yeah, you look at yourself, your skin itself, when you take bath. You need to apply pomade, a lotion, so as to smoothen your skin. If you do not apply it, how will you feel? Your skin will become dried. Likewise, other combustible materials around, they become dried in this season of the year. Therefore, what they need is just some careless ignition for a fire to start. And you know, this season, people are fond of warming their rooms during cool season, you know, and a lot of things. People are using, they are keeping these inflammable materials sometimes in their homes carelessly. We shouldn't do that. We are living with our death. These are inflammable materials. We have been having serious, incessant fire outbreaks this season, and mostly in the rural areas. When we go there to fight that particular fire, we find that it is caused as a result of the animal feed. You see, therefore, it is very important for these rural people, at the rural areas, to keep away these combustibles, these animal feeds, outside, at least 20 feet to 30 feet away from their surroundings. This is what we call fire break. You see, there should be this fire break between the bushes and their surroundings, so that in case of fire, before it reach their surroundings, it will take time.
Madam Ismail, what is the current statistics of fire outbreak incidents, probably from January to date?
From the statistic we have in this year, 2020, we have almost more than 253 fire outbreaks in Sokoto. So when compared to last year, where we have 453, so you see the result is now yielding when we look at the way we are now embarking on sensitizing public on what they should do to avoid fire outbreaks. So from the statistic we have in our side, definitely there is reduction in number of fire outbreaks we are experiencing in Sokoto.
You just made us understand that you do an awareness to people, but I know still there are some things that hinder you from doing your work. Probably some of the areas, the way they are choked together. What are the other things that hinder you from your work?
In the first place, our challenge is the first one is the road users. Road users who feel reluctant to give way to our firefighting equipment, even with the use of sirens that signifies that that particular vehicle is on an emergency. That is one. And another challenge is that people, you know, our professionally accepted response time is 5 minutes. If it is after 5 minutes, then it means there are some problems along the line. Maybe when we received the call, was it as soon as the fire broke out or 30 minutes later? How we received the call itself, the fire call, and the distance or location we are coming from. So you can see, the public, they tend not to appreciate this because they do not consider these factors. Therefore, the ideal situation for us is to receive the fire call in good time. And for a station, fire station, to be very close to where the call is coming from.
You made us understand that you have call center. I believe there are some people out there that don't know how to get to you. What can you say about that?
We have our emergency numbers given out to the public. Even today, we went to Nana Girls for sensitization. You see, as Mr. Suri has said, we are still at this sensitization program, and wherever we go, we give out our emergency numbers. We have stations, fire stations in the metropolis. Please, that is why I said in the course of my distance that ideal situation for us is to receive that particular distress call in good time. And there should be a fire station closer, so that, closer to where that call is coming from. You see, the disaster can be handled in good time. We have fire stations. We have one at Arkella Fire Station, and we have one at, inside Government House. And we have another one at Sultan Abubakar Road, otherwise known as Kopaternia. We have a fire station there. We have another one inside Central Market, Sokoto Central Market. We have a fire station there. Therefore, we have another one at Shagongoro area. All these stations, they have numbers. People should go and collect the emergency number in their domain. We have 080 3840 5058, and we have 080 3625 1021. We have 081 6311 4473, and we have 080 6010 1893.
We just listened to, he just gave us some emergency number. How quickly do you respond to emergency in terms of fire outbreak?
The exact time of responding to any emergency is 5 minutes, according to standards. It's 5 minutes. So we are responding to emergencies whenever we are called. whenever we are called, we are responding to the emergency. And in Sokoto, the rate of calls, the time of calls is always very late. You had mostly you find calls at exact good times, but mostly is when they try to extinguish and the things has gone beyond their control, then they start to call.
Quickly on the parting note, what is your message to the general public?
Well, my message to the general public is, please, I said this is unfortunately the season of fire disasters. Therefore, forewarned is forearmed. Safety is contagious. Please help spread it around. Sticks of matches have head but without brains. We have heads, we should use our brains. Therefore, please don't allow your children to be playing with a box of, with matches in the house. And people should not go for substandard, electrical materials. Therefore, they should go for a standard electrical materials.
Quickly, on a parting note, your message to the general public.
They should please take fire prevention precautions very serious. So we should please make a call in time. As we all know, fire prevention is self-protection. That is my message.
All right, thank you, Good, for coming to One Nation. Thank you for your time. Thank you for sharing your thoughts with us. We hope when next we invite you to One Nation, you will be willing to come to share in your thoughts. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
All right, viewers, we've heard it all. This is the time that we should take precautionary measures to avoid fire incidents. That's the size of our program on One Nation this week. Hope you'll be with us on a fresh edition next week. Same time, same station. Thank you.
We are Nigerians. We are one people.